Popular rapper and a member of Atlanta's own Migos appearing in court today after being arrested on drug charges last night, but his court appearance was a little unusual. The first appearance for Offset, whose real name is Kieri Cephas, was conducted by flashlight this morning. That's because storms knocked out power in the Clayton County Courthouse. So therefore, 11 Alive's cameras were not allowed inside the building because of that power outage. Offset was arrested on several charges yesterday after police say they found marijuana, guns, and a large amount of cash in his Porsche during a traffic stop. We caught up with his lawyer outside the courthouse, who calls it an improper arrest.
Certainly, he didn't commit any traffic offense, and more importantly, he wasn't in possession of any weapon whatsoever. So we're just going to have to address these charges. I think it's completely unfortunate and really questionable the way this case has moved forward, but that's what I'm here for.
His attorney tells us Offset will be released on bond at some point in time today, but that bond amount has not been released.